We got Big Cat Energy, Puma Deviate Nitro 3. Welcome back to the channel. I am Cody with the Shoe In With Cody, and today we got ourselves a good one. Today we're talking about the Puma Deviate Nitro 3. I've had this shoe for a little while now, and I racked the miles on. I have about 47 miles into the shoe. I've been putting this thing through the ringer. In today's video, I'm going to go over the good, the bad, and my verdict. Should you buy this shoe? Yeah, this shoe right here. Now, before I dive in, I have a favor to ask. Hit the like button and smash the subscribe button. Costs you absolutely nothing, but it definitely helps the channel. Now, let's sit back, relax, and let's talk about the Puma Deviate Nitro 3. Because I'm a positive guy, I'm going to start with the positives. And there's definitely a lot to like about this shoe. As I mentioned before, I have about 47 miles into the shoe. I've been putting that work in. My longest run in the shoe is 21 miles. And it was beautiful. It was freaking awesome. I did about a 7:21 pace, something like that. I was moving, and this shoe feels fantastic. The number one thing I love about this shoe is the nitro foam. Look at that. It is just so freaking comfortable. This is a shoe that I just loved racking the miles in. The longer I went, the better this shoe felt. The nitro foam they were using might be one of my new favorite foams. Puma definitely knocked it out of the park. The other thing is I felt fast on this shoe. Now, when I was going for my long run 21 miles, to keep a 7:21 pace is pretty damn good. Again, I wasn't dropping the hammer. I was just cruising, and I felt so fast in the shoe. This is just a shoe I felt fast in. Along with doing long runs in it, I also did speed work in it, and dropping it in the low sixes felt fantastic. It really did. I felt effortless in this shoe. Seriously, the Deviate Nitro 3 threw me for a curveball because I wasn't expecting this. Foam is fantastic. The ride is fantastic. This plate they have, it just works. It just does. Again, if you're looking for a shoe that has a plate in it, you know you want to drop the hammer, you want a cruiser, you can push the pace in, it's got it. It's got you covered. The other thing I love a lot about this shoe, Puma grip. I don't know, do I have to say any more? Do I have to say any more? Puma grip might be the best rubber out there. I've taken this on roads and route trails. Just gets the job done. It just gets the job done. The other thing, honestly, that I really liked about this is the upper. Got a great lockdown, and I like that it has a more stout of a heel. I just locked it in, forgot the shoe was on, racked in the miles, and it just felt really good. This shoe I'm going to put in a couple different categories. Daily miles, speed work, and long run. I think, honestly, for a long run shoe, if you want to pick up the pace but not drop the hammer, this shoe works really nicely. But if you also want to drop the hammer, it works really nicely. I just feel like anywhere between the 6s to the 830s, it feels really good at those. I'm not going to use this for recovery at all, but those other categories, it just hits it out of the park. Honestly, the Deviate Nitro 3, big shock. With the good, you do know there has to be some bad. And honestly, I've said a lot of great things about this shoe because it's a great shoe. But there are a couple things. I've taken this on long runs, and it on foot and on when I'm throwing it up, it's not that heavy. But I will say it's 9.7 ounces, I think, in my size-ish. The longer I went, those last couple miles, while I was able to keep my pace, it started feeling a little bit heavier. So it's not a heavy shoe by any means, but I do want to point that out. If this is a shoe you want to drop the hammer in, it's not the lightest shoe out there. The other thing is, sometimes it ran a little hot. I don't know what it was. When I did a couple runs, it was okay. And then I had a couple runs where the humidity was just increased. I took my sock off. It was pretty darn soaked. Again, it could just be a Cody kind of thing. It could have been a weird temperature. But I do want to point that out, that it's a couple of my runs, it felt a little hot. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's it. I'm not exaggerating. That's it for me. There's so many things I like about this shoe, and those are the only two that really just irked me about this shoe. Again, in marathon training, racking the miles, and I don't know. There's just not a lot I don't like about it. I'm not going to make things up that I don't like about the shoe. Just have more in this category. Again, the weight's a little bit high. Upper might be a little bit hot. But that's it. You've heard the good, you've heard the bad. Now you want to know my verdict. Should you buy the shoe? Yeah. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. This might be my favorite shoe of the year. Just going to say it out there. And it's one of those things when I keep reaching for it, usually I try to have anywhere between 31, 32 miles on a shoe before I have a review. When I get 45 plus and I'm still reaching for it, that tells you I love a shoe. And honestly, I've been loving this shoe. It just gets the job done. When I can buy a shoe for daily runs, long runs, and speed work, and excels honestly at all three of them, it's a winner in my books. Again, I nitpicked a little bit with the weight. Yeah, I want to point those things out, but honestly, I've just been loving running this shoe. I really have. It's been a shoe companion for this marathon block I've had, and the Deviate Nitro 3 by Puma knocked it out of the park. And I have not said that a lot about most Pumas. You've heard the good, you've heard the bad, and you've heard my verdict. Now I want to hear from you. Have you tried this shoe? Did you like this shoe? Did you love this shoe? Did you hate this shoe? Let me know. Drop a comment down below. And again, thanks for checking out this review. Hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, and until next time, I'll see you all out on the run.